Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you.
Long ago in the faraway land of Uz, there lived a man named Job. Job was a good man. He loved God. He refused to do wrong. He was honorable. And he was rich. He had thousands of sheep, camels, oxen, donkeys, and servants, and 10 children. Job was the greatest man in the land, and everything in his life went smoothly. Meanwhile, Satan took notice. He complained to God about Job. He only serves you because you give him so many blessings. If you take away Job's blessing, he'll curse you right to your face. God then told Satan to do with Job as he pleased, but on one condition: he could not harm Job. Satan slunk away, devising a devilish plan to make Job turn against God. One day, as Job was simply enjoying life, a servant ran up, breathless, with his devastating news. All the oxen and donkeys were stolen by an invading force, and the servants were killed. I barely escaped. Right as Job was hearing this horrible news, another servant ran up, shouting out, "A huge fire came and burned all the sheep and killed all the servants." Another servant was running to Job, sobbing in terror, "Job, the enemy came and stole all the camels and killed the servants." The servant had hardly finished when another servant came running to Job, screaming the most horrible news of all. "Your children were having a feast together, and a terrible wind destroyed the house. Your children are all dead." In an instant, Job lost everything, his wealth and his family. They were gone. The grief was painful. Job tore his clothes, shaved his head, and fell on the ground. Satan thought Job was going to be mad at God, but instead, Job worshipped God. "The Lord gave me everything, and he has the right to take it away. I will still praise God," Job said. Satan then asked God if he could make Job sick. He was sure that Job would then curse God. God told Satan that he could continue with his plan, but was not allowed to kill Job. Then it happened. Job broke out with sores over his entire body. He became very ill. The pain and itching were so unbearable that he took broken pieces of pottery to scratch the sores. Job's wife was of no help at all. She came up to her husband and growled, "You're still trying to do good? Just curse God and die." Job did not sin. He continued to worship God. Even Job's friends started to turn against him. They thought that Job must have sinned for God to punish him like this. They were all trying to give him advice and tell him what to do. Instead of helping Job and praying for him, they criticized him. Through all this, Job still did not sin. He continued to trust and worship God. Job started to lose heart. He did not understand why God would allow these things to happen to him. So God spoke with Job and explained to him that as God, He created Job and everything in existence. As God, no one had the right to question him or his decisions, even though it may not make sense. God was trying to show Job a valuable lesson. Job responded in the only way possible. He worshiped and he repented. Eventually, Job's suffering stopped. Satan's plan did not work. Job still loved God. God was so pleased with Job that He healed him and gave him back everything he lost. This time, He blessed Job with more children, wealth, and possession than he could ever imagine. Job even lived until he was 140 years of age. The end of Job's life was even better than his beginning.
Sometimes I wonder where I'd be without you. Would I understand life? Would I make right choices? Would I live out my faith? Thank you for showing me what it means to love God, and for giving me your all, even when it was difficult. Thank you for the discipline I deserved, and the grace I didn't, and for being present, even though you had so much on your plate. Thank you for picking me up and encouraging me to try again, and for the little life lessons I still lean on today. The truth is, I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for you. As I look back on my life, I see moment after moment where your influence, your wisdom, and your strength made all the difference. Thank you for loving me. Today, I give thanks. Today, I am grateful. Today, I celebrate you. I love you, Dad.
Jesus is the Son of God, the Son of God, yeah. Except the one who believes that Jesus is the Son of God, the Son of God, yeah. Who is it that overcomes the world? Except the one who believes that Jesus is the Son of God, the Son of God, hey.
Saul was a Pharisee, trained in the law, strict in his standards, and unstoppable in his violent actions toward Christians. Saul was the man who had presided over the death of Stephen. His passion in life was to squash the message of Jesus and put as many Christians in jail as he could. Many Christians were afraid of Saul. He traveled the country, sniffing out their meetings, capturing their leaders, and persecuting the followers. Saul was a powerful and evil force against the church. What happened next? Nobody expected. Not the fearful Christians, and especially not Saul himself. Saul was on a trip to a city called Damascus. All of a sudden, a blinding light flashed from the sky, many times brighter than the sun. The searing intensity blinded Saul. He fell from his horse as the caravan stumbled to a confused halt. Then, a voice louder than anything that Saul had ever heard boomed from heaven with a single question. "Saul! Saul! Why are you persecuting me?" "Who are you, Lord?" Saul whimpered humbly in response. "I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting. Get up and go into the city, and you will be told what you are to do." Saul's life would never be the same. He shakily stood to his feet, unable to see anything. In an instant, Saul had met God. His persecuting days were over. He was forever changed. Saul went to the place where God told him to go, the house of a Christian who lived in Damascus. Saul didn't eat or drink, but instead he prayed and prayed and prayed. God told a man named Ananias to visit Saul. Ananias was afraid, but God responded with the shocking news about Saul. "Go, for he is a chosen instrument of mine to carry my name before the Gentiles, kings, and the children of Israel." Ananias went to the house where Saul was staying. "Brother Saul," Ananias spoke to him, "Jesus sent me to you so you can be healed and filled with the Holy Spirit." Saul's eyes were opened, and his heart was changed. He was called by a different name, too. No longer was he Saul the persecutor. Now he was Paul the missionary.
Hello, good morning, happy Sunday, welcome back. Again, I am outside because nature is just amazing. Look at this, it is beautiful, and I want to enjoy it, and I want you guys to enjoy it. So let us begin our exercises, and of course, before we begin, we need to review. And what do we learn in the Old Testament? The story of Job, yes, and Job had everything, right? He had all the wealth, he had children, he had everything he ever wanted, and he honored and worshiped God with it. Satan thought that if he didn't have this stuff, then he would curse God. And God allowed Satan to do just that, take everything from him. And even when everything was taken, even his wife was telling him just to curse God and die, and his friends were just trying to figure out. Job honored God. He never cursed God. He entrusted himself, and God at the end blessed him even more, right? The valuable lesson that Job learned was to trust God even in our suffering. So let us begin. We're gonna stretch. We're gonna reach all the way to the sky, okay? So ready? We're gonna count to 3 once we're reaching the sky. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3. Good. All right, one more time. Reach, reach, reach. 1, 2, 3. Good. One more time. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3. Well done. All right, now we're gonna stretch our arms. So go to one side and your other hand just pull. So we're gonna pull for 1, 2, 3. Good. And now the other side, and with the other hand pull. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do it one more time for each hand. So pull, 1, 2, 3. Good job. The other one, 1, 2, 3. Well done. Awesome. All right, now we're going to stretch our legs. So if you need to balance yourself, just stretch out one hand, and the other one just pull. All right. So let's count to 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Good job. All right. Let's do the other. 1, 2, 3. Well done. Awesome. Now we are going to run in place. We haven't run in place in a long time. We're gonna go slow, and then we're gonna go very fast. All right. So we're gonna jog slow like a turtle. Slow, slow. Turtles are very slow, right? Then we're gonna go fast, fast like a lion, very fast. And then slow like a turtle. Then very fast. Awesome. Well done. Now we're gonna do jumpy jacks. Ready? We're gonna do 10 of them. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get up for yourself. Good job. Well done. Now let's catch our breath. So let's take a deep breath. Again. Awesome. Okay. In the New Testament, we learn about the story of Paul, right? And before Paul was Paul, he was named Saul. He was Saul the persecutor. He persecuted Christians, and he was even there when Stephen got martyred, right? We remember that story from last week. And Saul, on his way to Damascus, was blinded, right? There was a brilliant light, and it was Jesus himself who said, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me, right? And it was just to show how Saul was actually really blind, because he but he was very zealous for his faith, but he was wrong, right? He was very genuine by his faith, but he was wrong. And God sent Ananias to Saul, to really show him the way, to help him understand who Jesus is, to help him understand to live for righteousness, right? And that's what happened. Ananias went, Saul received his sight again, and then he became Paul the evangelist, right? The missionary. And so that is the story. Well done, good job. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Time to memorize. Job chapter 5 verses 17 to 18. So do not hate being corrected by God, all-powerful. God hurts, but he also bandages up. Now it's your turn. Great job. Job chapter 5 verses 17 to 18. So do not hate being corrected by God, all-powerful. God hurts, but he also bandages up.